Good morning and welcome back to the channel. I know, the next video was meant to be significantly longer than this, but some interesting things have happened, and so I wanted to take 5 minutes out of my day to talk about them. First and foremost, I wanted to talk about the new Harry Potter series. I'm sure, just like everybody else, you've seen the trailers by now. If you haven't, you're not missing too much. And I've had some thoughts. This isn't going to be a highly edited video. It's going to be fairly straightforward. And I just wanted to talk about the trailer, really. My biggest thing, and I'm going to try avoid talking about casting or anything too controversial at the moment. That's something I'll get into later because that's been done to death. But my biggest problem so far with it are the visuals. The most important thing to me is just how goddamn dark and flat everything looks. It's so boring to look at. At least for the first couple books, it's meant to be this big, fun, magical adventure. And you just don't get that from this. Everything's so dark and dreary, and it's so generic looking. You can glance at it, and it's one of 1,000 different television series that are coming out set in modern England or the modern school system, and then they go off to Hogwarts. Oh, and now it's one of 1,000 fantasy series that are out there. I'm fine with color grading for purpose. For instance, what they could do, and I think it would have made sense, everything's a bit grey and washed out in the Muggle world, while Harry's feeling that way. And then once he goes to Hogwarts, you bring the colour back. That makes sense. It follows that path. It makes sense for his character, and it makes sense in the world. And then it makes the magic feel that much more fantastic. The fantastical feels more fantastic. The magic feels more magical. Everything's brighter. Everything's lighter. He's got a new way of living. But it just doesn't have that. It's very much, no, this is the current thing. Everything needs to look dark and grey and miserable, so make it look dark and grey and miserable. And then moving on from that, we're getting into the other side of it, which is the other side of what I mean when I say everything looks so bloody generic. It's the costume design. They could have done something interesting with it, done something original. They didn't. It's all basically just a remake of the film's designs. And it's just kind of boring. We've done that already. The whole thing with it was we were going to make it more faithful to the books. Okay, cool, whatever. Oh, the new Hogwarts robes as well. Like the new Hogwarts crest they've got in the robes is boring. It's just so disappointing looking at it and just seeing something so generic and boring. And then getting onto the cast. The casting choices don't make sense. Again, this whole thing about being more faithful to the book and they're actively going against character descriptions. It's already been said, whatever. Another thing about the costumes, actually. Snape's costume has a fucking zip on it. It looks like he's wearing a tracksuit. What is this? Getting into like other side of casting and acting and everything, we don't see enough really to give a proper description of the acting in it. So I can't say whether or not the direction's good or the acting's good. It's not like the original films didn't use darkness. The darkness was used very effectively in the first 3 films, all done by Christopher Columbus. I suppose that's my biggest worry. My worry is that they've not got a strong guiding hand behind it all to lead the show in the direction that it needs to go. I'd hope that they have a singular showrunner for the entire run. So at least then, hopefully, you'd get somewhat of a singular guiding vision. But yeah, just looking at how dark and washed out everything is, I just don't feel like they've got any real vision other than let's make some money. Now, that's not to say there isn't anything good in the trailer. While the music is utterly forgettable, I do want to point out something that I think is actually quite good, and that is the set design. I was working on another show in the Warner Brothers lot at Leavesden, and I got to see the Harry Potter set while it was being built, and it was quite impressive. They had a bifurcated privet drive, which is really cool. Like, you could see it from the outside, and it allowed them obviously to do some of the swooping shots I imagine they will be doing in there. And it was almost like it was totally modular, so they could take parts out and put parts back in. It was really, really cool to see, as well as seeing the train platform as they were building it, as well as certain parts of the Great Hall and things like that. While I didn't actually get to go on those sets themselves, seeing them from the outside was really cool, and I do have to give it to the set designers and builders. They did a fantastic job, and it does look fantastic. While I do think that a lot of the shots and the color grading look incredibly flat, I'm not going to say that the camera work is bad. I think the camera work's actually pretty decent. Again, like I say, we're very, very limited on the acting that we can see and hear. So I'm not going to say, oh, it's fantastic or oh, it's terrible. The shots we do see are perfectly fine. As for the other teachers, I think it's going to take a bit of time to get used to. Obviously, we had such a high standard set for us with the original films. It is going to be very difficult to imagine new people playing those characters. And I am trying to separate that from my opinions while looking at these. I think it's going to be interesting, to say the least. That's everything from me for the moment. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. If you've got any interesting stories or anything you'd like to share with me, comment them either down below, or you can contact me at my email address, which will be somewhere on the screen at the moment. Anyway, till next time, cheers.